Hear me there this morning?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. It all worked
Yeah, I
out.
can talk louder.
Oh, no, that's okay. You don't need to do that. So, what's time for the little shelter scoop and what's going on out there? Teammate Society North
Well,
Iowa.
a couple of things. Today, it's super, super cold out. In case you hadn't been outside yet, it is really cold. It's going to be really cold the next couple of days. These are days, today and tomorrow, are days that I get a lot of phone calls out here from people concerned about animals that they see in their neighborhood or on their way to work or whatever that are outside, maybe without shelter, maybe they don't have food or water, maybe their water is frozen. So I wanted to just give some general basic advice, and this isn't, a one size fits all for people. There are obviously dog breeds that enjoy this kind of weather, the husky mixes and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a difference between a husky being outside for an hour and a little teacup poodle being outside for an hour in this weather.
Not a good idea.
No. So, make sure you're looking at whatever situation you are looking at with realistic eyes. But if you have concerns for an animal in your neighborhood, we encourage you to call your local police department or the county sheriff's department if you don't have a local police department, and ask them to do an animal welfare check on that animal. You can request this anonymously, but you do need the address of where the animal is located to make this request. And literally, you just say, I'm concerned, I would like you to do an animal welfare check. Now, Iowa welfare standards are not the best, but they do require adequate shelter and protection from the elements and access to fresh food and water. Days like today, a bowl of water is going to freeze pretty quickly. So, dogs that are left outside for a long period of time, a person goes to work and they leave their dog outside, that dog's obviously not going to have fresh water by even midday. So those are animals that should be checked on.
All right. Well, definitely do that, because we're talking temperatures 1 below to anywhere from 20 below. It's like an Arctic blast.
The wind chill is supposed to be pretty brutal, and animals are pretty resilient about things, but these smaller breeds or breeds that are used to being inside, this is hard weather for them to survive in. Also, if you have cats that you're feeding, or community cats or stray cats, today's a good day. I know people don't want to bring feral cats into their living room. That's fine. But if you have the ability to provide them shelter in your garage, or, there's lots of videos online that show you how to make a makeshift shelter for an animal, with like a, Rubbermaid tote with some insulation and some straw. They tell you never to use blankets and towels, because that just absorbs moisture and then makes it actually colder in that environment. So use moisture wicking material like hay or straw or things like that.
Sure.
It's a cold weather day. We're all doing what we can, scarves and gloves to keep warm. So make sure we're doing all we can to keep our furry friends warm today as well.
Yeah, because we do have that wind chill advisory that's in effect actually until noon tomorrow now. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's going to be a cold one.
Yeah, for sure. Well, people want
more.
So
another thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
A celebration of sorts, because we've talked about this particular dog on your station here many times over the last almost 2 years. Sure. We've had a dog in our care for 651 days. His name is Bear, Behr. Big, beautiful meatloaf of a dog, big potato body. Like, he loved food, obviously. But he needed a home without other dogs. He needed a home without cats, and he'd do best in a home without little kids, because he didn't know his size and he'd likely knock them over. So finding him a home was, it's presented some challenges. However, after 651 days, he got his home, and he went home last week.
Oh, that's good.
Yay.
Celebration.
Some shelters don't have the ability to hold on to animals for that long, but we're a no-kill facility, meaning animals that come into our care stay in our care until they're adopted. So, we provide them the next best thing to a home while they're in our care. Our shelter is very nice and clean and warm, and our staff is very caring and loving, and we do all that we can for an animal to help them thrive in our care. But, a home is always the goal for any adoption or for any animal in our shelter. So for Bear to have waited so long, but then finally got an amazing home, they've been sending us updates of him taking naps on the couch, and he has his own bed, and he's just really living the life. And so stories like Bear's, just really inspire us to continue to work with the animals that may have some challenging placement issues, but we know our motto is for every home there is a dog, and for every dog there is a home. And so we just always want to move forward with that.
Well, there you go. There you go. I got a couple people chiming in. Carol saying, hey, this morning. Darla also saying good morning. So,
Hey guys.
good morning to those two. Again, you can always make a comment on it when watch the videos if you get a chance to do that. And thanks to Gardner Vet Clinic and Dr. Bruce and the whole crew over there, Gardner Pet Resort and Wash, for the shelter scoop. And of course, things scrolling across the bottom too. Websites, phone numbers, all of that.
Yeah.
And
to see all of our adoptable animals, just visit us online, hsni.org. We do still have over 100 cats and kittens in our care. And so especially in cold weather like this, a little warm kitty cat is like the best snuggle buddy. Right, Jay?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know you're allergic to cats, blah, blah, blah. But we do have a lot of beautiful cats here, though. Every size, shape, color, style. Check it out. They're all listed on our website, hsni.org, or check out our Facebook page, just Humane Society of North Iowa. We have over 26,000 followers on that page, and that's where we share a lot of information, like cold weather safety information and adoption updates, and highlight different animals. And so that's really a great place to get tuned into what's going on at the shelter and the Shelter Scoop. And every Wednesday here with Jay Brooks, we tell you what's going on at the shelter as well.
There you go. Sybil, have yourself a wonderful week, all right?
You do the same. Stay warm.
Did you know that nearly 25% of people are chronic